Hi there, I'm Yvonne, coming to you to reshoot something I did the other day. I'm showing you right here. When I did this video the other day, I made the mistake of doing it all like this with my back turned to the camera. And I promised I was going to do another video where I was making eye contact with you. So I'm going to try this again because I have to make another coffee. I'm going to the gym. So I'm going to use my blender. I happen to have a Blendjet. This is not an ad for Blendjet. I just really like this blender because out of all of the other blenders I've had, this one does the best job with making slushies for me with ice cubes. But one word of caution, or actually two words of caution with the Blendjet, I thought you could put tons and tons of ice in there, and I think I was wrong about that. I think you can only put in like 4 or 5 ice cubes to say 8 or 9 ounces of liquor, or liquor liquid. I don't drink actually. Although I may sound like I do. So again, I say this all the time, or almost all the time. I have multiple sclerosis. Please forgive me if I speak in word salad. That just happens. But the other word of caution is this is the lid to the Blendjet, and this is the gasket that goes in the lid. That is a word of caution. You need the gasket. Don't make the same mistake I did. I one time put the lid on top of the Blendjet blender without the gasket on it, and I hit the start button, and the stuff I was blending went everywhere. I didn't understand what gaskets were for, but boy, I learned the hard way. So you do want to make sure when you're cleaning it that you take the gasket off, but when you're done, make sure you clean everything out that's under the gasket and put the gasket back on when you go to use it. Trust me, you'll regret it if you don't use it. So I'm just going to put my coffee or my cappuccino together really quickly. So pour about, I'll do 9 ounces. 8 ounces just isn't enough. Alright, so that's close to 10 actually. I don't know if you can see the measures. There's actually measurements on the blender itself, which I will show you. I'll show it closer to the camera. I don't know if you can actually see this or not. But there's actually, yeah, you should be able to see the measurements. I usually go by that. And so now that I have that there, I'm going to put 2 different flavors of collagen in. I'm almost out of my chocolate collagen. I'm getting a new one, and I think it's arriving today, hopefully. This says to put 2 heaping scoops in. I usually do 1, because I usually mix it with one other flavor. I am not a particular fan of mocha coffee, but I like this collagen better than the other collagen that I got. I'm not going to say where I got them from, because again, this is not an ad. So I'm going to actually use the scoop from this one that's almost empty. This one is also almost empty. I got this one from a different place. One is vanilla, and one is chocolate. So, and the nice thing about them, I know stevia leaf is not necessarily the healthiest thing in the world to use. Sorry, again, I'm realizing my back was turned as I was doing this, but I have to face the camera at some point. So I know stevia leaf is supposed to be bad. I think they've found recent studies have found, I guess, stevia is not that good for you. And unfortunately, all of these collagens appear to have stevia listed somewhere in the ingredients. I think this one actually has sorbitol. I have to avoid fake sugar. I was told that I should consider fake sugar to be poison, but I like to use collagen because as a result of all of the medications for the MS and everything else, the hair's going. And I'm trying to save my hair as much as possible, and the collagen helps. So, helps me anyway. I can't guarantee it'll help you if you're having problems with that, but it's definitely something I see a difference with. So I'm just going to get a few ice cubes. Don't mind me, sorry. I'm just going to do this, and I'm hoping, by the way, that this microphone that I'm using will help drown out the sounds of the blender enough so that it's not painful to listen to. I'll actually try speaking because I think in theory this one's supposed to mute out or muzzle out anything other than the sound of my voice. It's right next to my mouth. I don't know if it's going to work though. Let's find out together. I'm just going to put in 1 more ice cube. So just so you can see a before and after. This is the before. So there's my cappuccino with the chocolate vanilla collagen and a bunch of ice cubes. And now, this is the test of how good of a noise muffler this is. this little fuzzy thing on my microphone. I believe it's called a microphone sock or a wind sock. So we'll find out how well this works together. You may not be able to hear me speak, but I'm hoping you'll be able to, because I'm gonna hold this away from the camera once it's on. But I'm gonna hit play and move it. It's really loud. I hope it's not super loud for you, but it's super loud for me. Although it's going down a little bit, the noise has gone down now that the ice is broken up. That red light means that it's probably overly full, but that looks like it might be okay to me. I'm going to do it one more time. That sounds and looks like it's pretty much done to me. So now I'm going to pour it into a cup. I don't have the cup handy, but that's basically how I make it. I should show you the after, which I am going to pour into a cup. But since I showed you what it looked like before I blended it, I suppose I should show you what it looks like blended. I still have to pour it into a glass cup so you can see it. Bear with me, let me just get a glass cup that I can pour that into so you can see the end results of what I just made. Here we go. I just found something that'll work. I just want it to be something that I can actually see what I made, because I think that's sort of the whole point of making you guys go through watching this whole process. Maybe over. Oh, no, I thought it was going to be too much, but it's not. It's just, oh, it might be too much. Tastes like coffee to me. Not actual regular coffee, because unfortunately regular coffee makes me feel sick. And that's something that just started a couple of years ago. So this is the after. I can't really tilt it, but as you can see, the ice is all taken care of. It's not really a slushy. It's not chewable. All the ice particles are down here, but it'll keep this cold for a very long time. I'm going to pour this into something with a lid and a straw, and this is going to be my gym caffeine source for today.